Hi everyone, and welcome to my diary. So, I'll be completing my story on how I found out I have lupus. I would have finished up the whole story on my previous video, but I had a mental breakdown while I was narrating it. Like everything just came afresh, and I just couldn't finish that video. So my test results came out, and we took the results to the doctor. We did lots of tests, like I told you, and these tests are not cheap, my love. They are not cheap. So we took the results to the doctor, and the doctor started explaining and explaining. Told us, because it was me and my husband that we were doing the hospital runs. So he told me that I have SLE. I was like, what is SLE? I've never heard of that before. So he started explaining, telling me what SLE is, said it was lupus and the rest and the rest. And he said my left kidney was already affected, right? So I don't know how I felt, but it wasn't good. So he said they gave me my next appointment to come to the hospital to see a nephrologist so that he can start treatment ASAP before it gets or it turns to something else. So I came for my next appointment. I saw a nephrologist. Guys, I was sitting like, because I've not started any treatment, so I was still having the symptoms I was having. I was sleeping a lot. I can just sit down here and I would doze off. And I'll be tired, exhausted. Like I didn't do anything. No, I'm tired. I did not go anywhere. I'm tired. It would be like I chased cows. I was always tired. Do you know that? Because I was not the only person that came to see the nephrologist now. So they were calling my name. I was sleeping. They called and called and called. I did not know they were calling me because I was dozing off. So it was later now. It was just two people that were remaining. I was like, and I had to go and like get into the office. I was like, people have not called me and I've been sitting down here. And they said, what's your name? I said Esther. I was like, that they be calling me and I've not been responding. So when he was done attending to the last person, I came in and this doctor said that immediately he saw me, he knew I had SLE. In my head, I was like, is it that bad? Because I was having serious body pains. I was managing to walk. I managed to walk to the hospital that day. I was like, oh God. And I didn't want to start taking self-medication. I didn't want to start self-medicating myself because I heard that most of all these painkillers usually affect the kidney. Plus, I already heard from day one that they told me that due to the swelling I was having, that it has to do with an organ. I didn't want to come and start self-medicating and make whatever it is going on in my body to be worse than it already was. So Isha said that I have SLE. It was not like, do you know what SLE is? Blah blah blah. Then he now made reference to that Funke Akindele's movie where that her rich sister fell sick. He was like, did you watch that movie? I said yes. He was not like, that lupus that the lady had, that's what I had. I shouted, ha! I was like, Jesus. And I asked the doctor, like, is it the same thing? I thought it's something different, like, is it different? He said, that is the same lupus. But if you're on your medications, it won't get to that stage. It was, her sister was already having flares, wounds, and the rest. So that was the conversation I had with the nephrologist. He gave me some drug prescription to start immediately. Then he referred me to a rheumatologist. So they gave me a date to see a rheumatologist. Guys, these medications are not cheap. They are not cheap. It's not £1, it's not $1. These medications are expensive. He gave me medication to start with to reduce my flares, because when we went to the hospital, I had sores in my mouth. I could not eat. I was always throwing up. If I managed to eat, Oh God, I don't know, but I went through hell. I'm back. But I just thank God that I was diagnosed on time. So what happened? I went to the pharmacy. We did costing for the medications it gave to me. I think everything was like I can't really remember the amount. So because I've gotten medications and medications and I don't even know how much it is, but the medications are expensive. So I went to I got the drugs at the pharmacy and I started taking it pending where my next doctor's appointment would be. So I started taking the medications. I was seeing progress. The cells in my mouth were going and I was so happy because I could now eat. I was not throwing up anymore because I was throwing up so badly before. So I was happy like we thank God, at least better than the previous time where I couldn't do anything. I could stand up, the body pains were reducing, and Esther was very, very happy. So, on my next appointment date, I went to see a rheumatologist, and they started doing their what is it called? Asking me questions from scratch again. Do you feel like this? Do you feel like that? Are you pregnant? Are you this? Are you that? The Sha asked questions. I gave him my test results, bunch of test results, and he saw the results and he said I have to start drip immediately. I have to start drip immediately, and they gave me the list of things I have to get to start taking drip. I went to the pharmacy and I got it. I started the drip. Guys, what if I tell you that I've never been so sick that I have to take drip? The highest I will take is injections, and it was only on few occasions because my father was involved. If it was left for my mom, it's just drugs. We know they reach that level of take injections. And see, out of nowhere, I got sick to a point where I have to take drip. Did all these things break me? It did. For someone who hardly falls sick, I hardly fall sick. In a year, I can treat malaria 2 times. And that 2 times, the 2 times I will treat that malaria, it doesn't come out. Like, it's not like after having the signs, I just treat it. You know how, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't want to stress my head. You know how, like, to prevent it, right? So from 2019 to 20 no let me say from 2020 to 2023 I did not treat malaria because where I was schooling there was no mosquitoes. I was very careful with my health, only for me to now get diagnosed with lupus 2026. I got diagnosed last month. No, yes, last month, June. In all of this, I don't know. So I got the drip and I started taking, they gave me drip was for 3 days and they gave me medications again. I went to do costing for that drugs. Oh my God, these people want to rip. It's not the people, it's the illness that want to rip my pocket. So it has, trust me when I said it has not been an easy journey, because for someone who has not been sick and all of a sudden you are sick with something as serious as this, trust me, it's going to break you. Is going to break you. Plus how it all happened, like when it came a few months after my wedding, guys, it broke me. But I've been searching online trying to learn more about it, how to stay safe, because this illness comes with a lot. Maybe on my next video I'll be sharing the symptoms I had, things I felt that I didn't know it was because of this illness I was having this kind of thing. Because from what the doctor was saying, he said the sickness or the disease is an imitant of I can't remember. I can't. Guys, my brain is not. My brain is. I don't want to stress it. So I'll be explaining my symptoms on my next video. The symptoms I had that I overlooked, because truly I overlooked them. Because for me, I felt like, oh, it was normal having such kind of symptoms. But trust me, it has not been easy. And I told my family about it because we don't stay in the same place again. My husband is in Lagos, my family is in Abuja. So and I told my mom about it. The first was like, it is spiritual. They want you to stay out of your husband's house. They don't want you to stay married. African parents. Although I don't blame them, it's due to the timing. The timing was, even me self at some point, I thought it was spiritual, or I'm still thinking it is it's spiritual due to the timing. How do you fall sick 3 months after your wedding? And it's something that has no cure. It can only be managed. Like, look at the timing. It was since February I was having the symptoms, right? Since February. It's not like it came maybe a month after or 2 months after. Immediately after my wedding, when I came back, I started seeing those spots. I told you guys on the previous video that I started seeing these spots. See the spots? You'll be seeing some blah blah spots. It's fading off because I've started medication. It's fading off little by little. I've not faded off finishing. I thought it was loads I was carrying while preparing for my wedding. I didn't really think much of it. I told my husband about it. So like, it's not causing anything. I did my I even sent it to her. I was like, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. I was like, if I go to the hospital now, millions, they'll start telling you to do tests, this, that. I was like, so far, I'm not falling sick. It's not doing anything to my body. I'm good. I was not falling sick then, but body pains won't buy me that time. The body pains was too much. It came with body pains too. At some point, my husband even had to go and get diclofenac, that painkiller. That was what I took. I took just a card, and the pains was still there. But thankfully, it was a few weeks after I took that diclofenac that I got diagnosed. Because when the body pain started, I didn't want to do anything. Like, I just thought it was stress from the wedding, and my body is still trying to recover. So it's the timing that is making anyone I talk to about what I'm going through. Is the timing that makes them say it is spiritual. Me self, I thought it was spiritual. Until I started doing my research, I started seeing other people who have been diagnosed with same illness, and I was like, this might not really be spiritual, as everybody's saying. What if it's just a coincidence? What if is just a coincidence? You know, how it started and everything. It could just be it's just that maybe it found my body ready to stay in, but it's not a case of it being spiritual. What if it's just so? That's it. That's that for my diagnosis story. There are other stories I would love to tell you guys, but it's going to come little by little because like, I'm still trying to be stable. I'm still trying to be strong. You know, I just told you guys that it was recent, so I'm still trying to be strong. I'm not that strong. I just want to use this diary to, you know, tell my story and see how it goes. But we thank God so far. God has been super faithful in all of this. Trust me. Please hold God tight in good and in bad situations. Hold him tight. God has been faithful in all of this. It's not been easy, trust me. It's not been easy, but God has been there. God has been showing up, and I give him all the glory. So thank you for spending a better part of your day with me, and I really appreciate. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. For now, bye.